Exploring and leveraging the value chain in your chosen industry. Most employees spend their working lives focused on their individual tasks inside the business. They rarely consider the big picture. However, every sector functions as an ecosystem, with suppliers, creators, logistical teams, marketers, analysts, customer support units, and administrative layers all working together to produce a product or service. When you see this chain clearly, you begin to see how your skills can spread across several parts, not simply the one you started from. Consider retailing, healthcare, hospitality, education, finance, logistics, or manufacturing. Each sector has a long series of interconnected processes. For example, a retail worker is not limited to a single company. They can work in warehouse, supply chain technology, procurement, e-commerce, inventory management, or customer experience organizations. A finance assistant can find roles in compliance firms, payroll providers, accounting software companies, or financial consultancy. A customer service advisor can transition into user experience, sales support, operations, or quality assurance. The chain is long, and each link holds possibilities. Understanding your value chain starts with identifying every stage of it. Think about how your industry sources its materials or inputs, how products or services are created, how they move from production to customers, and how organizations maintain relationships after the sale. When you break the process down, your field becomes larger and more welcoming than you realized. Once you've started mapping these steps, the next step is to consider where your talents fit outside the small space you previously occupied. Every role teaches you transferable abilities, even if you don't recognize it at the time. A shift supervisor combines leadership, time management, issue resolution, and people management. A receptionist provides structure, communication, customer service, and multitasking. A technician demonstrates attention to detail, analysis, and procedural discipline. These abilities have the potential to go far beyond your expectations. During redundancy recovery, many workers discover that their professional identity was too restricted. They assumed they were only one thing, but they were actually numerous things. When you identify your transferable skills, you start to recognize how much value you can offer across the chain. This widens your job search and gives you more confidence. Gap analysis is the next strategic step. Once you know where your skills overlap, you can determine what you need to add to expand your alternatives. Sometimes the gap is minimal, such as learning a new software product, taking a brief course, or becoming acquainted with industry laws. Employers in the United Kingdom value applicants who demonstrate learning, particularly during transitional periods. It indicates adaptability, initiative, and readiness. LinkedIn is one of the most useful platforms for understanding how talents travel. Look for persons who previously held positions similar to yours. Consider their professional journeys. Many of them traveled sideways, diagonally, or vertically into previously unknown places. Their paths can direct your own.